Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview Sam Mott from Guilford College. How are you doing?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How did you know you wanted to play football in high school and in college?
So I started playing football when I was probably 8 or 9 years old, and so I had played sports. I had played baseball and stuff growing up, and when I was about 8, we decided to play football for the Little Falcons over at Aycock, and so we enjoyed it. We loved being out there with all of our friends and the people that we had met, and so we liked it so much. We just figured, we wouldn't want to stop playing it. We wanted to play it as long as we could, and so time came to play high school football, and we kind of embraced the challenge to go out and do that, and then it worked out for us to where we got to play a little longer in college. So we just football came pretty natural to us. It was never easy, but we knew we were all right at it, so we just kind of stuck with it.
How did it feel to play alongside your brother, both in college and in high school?
Yeah, so having my twin brother Zack, we played together, like I said, since we were 8 years old. So it's kind of the only thing I've ever known, but it's it's good because I've never had to go far for any kind of motivation. Every team we've ever played for, every coach we ever played for, they like to compare us. They like to make us mad at each other, just to push each other a little harder. And so we never had to go far for someone to go work out with, to go out in the yard with and run around with. So it's definitely motivated both of us a lot. And I don't know if there weren't two of us, I don't know if we would have gotten a lot of the chances that we have gotten. So.
What are some of your achievements that you have achieved at Guilford?
Yeah, so there are a couple things, I guess, from football, and then there's a few things, academically that I'm pretty proud of. Football, for starters, I kind of had a setback my freshman year where I actually ended up tearing my ACL at Guilford, and so one of my biggest accomplishments is actually just rehabbing for that as fast as I was able to. I had torn my ACL probably October or November of my freshman year in 2017. And so I was actually able to recover from that with our trainers and surgery in about 6 months and start fall camp next August. And so that was actually a pretty big accomplishment that I had because, here I was thinking I was going to have to sit out a whole year. And I didn't have to. So that was really nice. And then probably so at Guilford, not everybody gets to travel. We have a travel roster, and then we have an entire roster, and then we have a travel roster of guys that get to make the list and get to travel to every away game. And so I think another, pretty big accomplishment that I set for myself was, my sophomore and my junior year, I just wanted to make the travel roster. I wanted to be there wherever we were going. And that's something I've been able to do that I'm real proud of, is that I've been able to be on the sideline for every single game. And I even got some playing time in a lot of games. So that's been really nice. And then I guess academically, I'm a biology major at Guilford. So I've gotten to do a lot of cool things. I'm kind of like conservation, environmental biology kind of guy. So I've gotten to do a lot of research in groups in class, and I got to present a couple presentations in front of my friends and stuff at school with research that I've done too. So that's kind of sticks out in my head when I think of something I've accomplished while being there. So
With you saying that you tore your ACL as a freshman, how hard was it to compete for the starting job?
Yeah, really hard. So it's one thing when you show up and you're just kind of thrown in the mix with everybody to compete for playing time in the first place. And it's another thing when you're kind of set back even further by, not only are you trying to compete with everyone else, but you kind of have this I guess, bummed out knee that nobody else has, right? So there was a lot of adjustment that came with it. I couldn't move at all like I could before. But it was something that, once you're kind of thrown into the fire, you just kind of learn to deal with. And then it becomes, whether you're just going to kind of let it mess with your head or if you're just going to get over it. And I guess I just kind of had to get over it. And that's something that our coaches really try to teach, is that, there's a difference between being hurt and being injured. And if you're hurt, you're okay, because everyone else is going to get hurt too, right? So I just had to tell myself that I wasn't injured anymore. I had surgery, my knee was fixed, and then I just had to push over the hump.
Was it hard for you to be on the sidelines, but were you still motivating your brother, knowing that he was on the left side of you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I'm actually a guard and Zach's a tackle at Guilford. So our sophomore year was my first year coming back from surgery. And so he actually got a lot of playing time that year, year before last. And he actually got to start quite a few games at the end of the year. And so I think, I was still at practices and I wasn't able to do much, but I was still there and I was still watching. And I think, having two sets of eyes, my eyes and another coach's set of eyes on him, kind of helped him perfect what he was trying to do. And it ultimately helped him out a lot too. So, yeah.
Can you tell me how Guilford has helped you in your playing football, moving to maybe the next level? For example, the NFL, if you choose to go to the NFL?
Yeah. So, the change from high school to college football is kind of crazy. High school football I thought was hard itself, and then you get to college and you realize that it's way harder than high school football ever was. So that jump itself was pretty nuts, and luckily we have great coaches. We have coaches on our staff at Guilford that they really put us first. And so they put our health, our well-being, our schooling, everything about us first. And so I'm really grateful for that. And our offensive line coach, Coach Davis, has developed us, not just as football players, but as young men, better than anyone that I could think of, in all my years of playing football. So him, and then along with our head coach, Coach Rasevich, they're just two examples of our whole coaching staff that really look forward to being with us every day. And they really look forward to turning us into the, developed young men and football players that they wanted us to be when they recruited us.
Can you tell me about your recruiting process?
Yeah. So going into high school, me and Zach were not at all the biggest guys in the world. We were like, maybe 220 pounds, maybe like 6 foot tall. And, we were, I don't want to say an afterthought, but we weren't huge, we had friends like Damien and Elijah, and we had a lot of friends that were really big, and here we were kind of looking up to them. And so we kind of had to fill our role as football players at Aycock. And so we played for Coach Brooks. As you probably know, we played for Coach Brooks at Aycock, and we had to really work hard to stand out. We weren't playing with a lot of guys that were bad football players at all. We really had to work as hard as we possibly could to get on the field early. And so luckily, we were able to play our sophomore, junior, and senior year on varsity and start those 3 years, which was really nice. And so then when it kind of came time to get recruited, we really wanted to go to the really big schools that everyone sees on Saturday. And when those schools didn't really come knocking, we were a little heartbroken, like I think everybody is if that doesn't happen. But we met Coach Davis from Guilford College from a camp, and we had gotten recruited by a couple smaller Division III schools and smaller Division II schools. And so really the summer going into our senior year was when we realized, like, okay, well, we have a chance to go play college football somewhere if we work hard this year. And so sure enough, we were done with our senior football season, and we were set to go visit, I think, 2 schools in the same week. And we were going to visit Guilford College. And the day we visited Guilford College, we toured the school. We met all the coaches. We, toured the locker room and the field and their facilities and everything. And as soon as we got in the car, my mom looked at us and she said, "Let's just cancel all the other visits because I think y'all need to go here." And so that's what we did. We canceled the other visits, and we told Coach Davis here at Guilford College that we wanted to come play for them. So it was fun. Getting recruited was very fun. It made us feel like somebody wanted us to be there. So it was really nice.
Oh, that's so cool. How does it feel to play getting into your junior year and knowing that you might have a chance at the NFL?
Yeah, so it's nerve-wracking at times, the later you kind of get into school, you realize, not just what you could do one day, but what you need to do now. And so we have a lot of stuff on our plate right now as far as, the next season in school and what we need to do to graduate. So it definitely gets, more nerve-wracking as the time goes on, but we kind of have to figure things out one step at a time. So
what advice could you give a future college athlete?
Yeah. So my best advice, I guess, for high school football players specifically would be to really enjoy high school while you have it. I had some of the best friends, still have the best friends, some of the best friends of my life that I'll probably have my whole life, that I met when we were growing up. And in high school, we just wanted to be around each other every day and all day. And didn't matter whether we were working out or just hanging out outside of school. Those are some of the days, when I think back, that I really miss the most. College is fun and college football is fun, but, there will never be anything like high school football. Playing on Friday nights under the lights in front of your family and your friends and your teachers and everyone at school. So really take it all in one day at a time, because when high school football is over, we have friends here at Guilford that we still talk about our high schools like we're still there, because that's how much we miss it. So
where are some of the places that the team's facilities that you've been to that you like playing at?
So we play in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference, and so we play against a lot of older schools, older tradition, old-fashioned schools, and so a lot of small private schools that we play at are really nice. Guilford, personally, I think we have the nicest stuff. That's just me, but we played at a lot of nice places with some nice scenery, I'll say. The further we get up north, we play most of our conference is up north in Virginia. So we played Southern Virginia University and driven up through the Virginia mountains to get there. And when you're playing, you're kind of staring right at a mountain, so that's pretty cool. And then also we played down in Mobile, Alabama, against Huntington College down there the first week of the season, right in the beginning of September. So it was about 1,000 degrees down there, but it was really nice. They had a really nice place with a lot of good community around the field, which was really nice too. So
thank you for listening to. Wait, can you please plug your social media for me?
Oh, yeah. So I'm Sam Mott. I have a Facebook. I get on it sometimes. I also have an Instagram. I think my Instagram is just smott_75. And that's about it. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to Brandon Sports Talk with Sam Mott, interviewed from Guilford College. You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Sam, for your interview.
Thank you. Have a good one.